All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. All right, Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Okay, and pretty much coming with a pretty a pretty hilarious lesson. You know what I'm saying? Before I get started with it, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yakwath that's listening in, submitting true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakathon. All right. So like I said, it's going to be a pretty humorous one. All right. For those who have been keeping up with social media as of late, you know what I'm saying? You've had this guy, all right, which I mentioned, I touched on him a little bit in a previous lesson before, but excuse me. But essentially these Edomites is crashing out here, you know what I'm saying? And they're becoming more emboldened, as the prophets told you that they would, you know what I'm saying, as they're entering into the final phase of the decline of their kingdom. You see what I'm saying? All right. And they're openly calling you the N word, you know what I'm saying, the hard R, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? But they're becoming more, all right, they're becoming more violent towards you Jakes, all right, and they're being more open about it. And this one guy in particular, his name goes he goes by Chud the Builder, all right. That's his not his YouTube, but his social media alias, and he just got caught up in provoking, because that's what the whole trend is now, is for these Edomites to just jump up in Jake's face, you know what I'm saying, you so-called Negroes, all right, specifically, to jump up in your face and antagonize you, you know what I'm saying, and get you to be roused up or get into your emotions and whatnot, all right, and they'll record it and say, oh, look, he's champing out, you know what I'm saying, he's champing out. So this is Esau's, you know what I'm saying, pretty much last ditch effort, you know what I'm saying, to paint the narrative in his own way concerning you Jakes, man, you Israelites, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, all right, but beginning with you so-called Negroes, man, all right, because and you see, all right, you see the whole thing going on now where they're they call themselves jumping into the Bible and jumping into their religions and all that stuff, right? Hosting prayer meetings and stuff like that in the White House and all that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? But as Elder Yashawamba always points out, that the only time these Edomites ever use the Bible is to paint the narrative and prepare for an attack. You see what I'm saying? So what we're about to see, all right, what we're starting to see, I should say, is these Edomites, all right, getting ready to attack. I just saw Elder Malcolm, okay, he shared a video of these Edomite supremacists, you know what I'm saying, coming from Canada, all right, who's training in MMA and call themselves preparing for a race war, all right, which this is scriptural, you know what I'm saying, this is all scriptural. You go to Matthew chapter 24, all right, verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. When you go into the word for nation, all right, I believe that word is ethnos. All right, let me confirm that real quick. Bear with me, bear with me. My computer slow as hell. All right, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And that word for nation is indeed ethnos. Strong's G 1484. Ethnos. That's where you get the word ethnicity. All right, so one nation shall rise up against another. So we're gonna see this this clash. We're gonna see the race war. You know what I'm saying? It's all in prophecy. Okay, it's all in prophecy. But to the to the video that I'm about to share with you, this is the gentleman that goes by his YouTube channel, The Amazing Lucas. Okay, and I'm only going to listen to a couple videos, a couple of minutes of this video, and pretty much expound on these things. You know what I'm saying? That's occurring because this dude, all right, who goes by Chud the Builder, he just got his bail with, or he just got the bond. Excuse me, he got the bond sentence, which was 1.25 million. So 1.25 million, and with the charges that he's facing, he's looking at at least 60 years in prison. All right, for attempted murder and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He shot at Jake. You know what I'm saying? In this whole confrontation, like I said, their whole thing here is to antagonize you so-called Negroes, all right, and get you to respond physically. And he does so with a weapon on him, all right, and he had a pistol. So when he antagonized Jake, all right, Jake got emotional. Jake went on the attack, and he pulled out the pistol, and he you know what I'm saying, he did his thing. All right. So that Jake is in the hospital. That man is in the hospital while he's facing these charges. So, going on to this point now, your boy Chud, all right, your boy Chud's just not, he's not able to hang. He's not able to deal with this. All right. So let's listen to this real quick. You know what I'm saying? This is fair use, fair use. I'm not making any money off of this content. All right, this is for educational purposes only. So.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. So let me just say, when it comes to Chud the Builder, he better hope that he does not get convicted. Genuinely, he better pray that he does not get convicted. Because upon hearing this audio of Chud the Builder, allegedly this is him, but upon hearing this audio, I've now come to the conclusion that Chud the Builder, he's the type of dude that if he gets sentenced, right, to these 60 years in prison, he's the type that'll delete his game file, if you get my drift.
This is the end of the road. I'm not turning back.
He'll delete his game file, all right? Or he's the type that'll be someone's girlfriend in prison. Those are his only two options.
I like you. No, won't you?
He's not cut out for prison life. He's not cut out for this life at all. And it's shocking. Don't get me wrong. It is shocking because there are those who are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And sometimes you can figure it out, and sometimes it just catches you off guard. You think, the dude is silent, and he's a pushover, and next thing you know, he's got like 6 bodies. And it's like, yo, what's going on? What's happening? And then you see another guy who's all tatted up, right? All tatted up. You think this guy's, crazy and everything. He's been in and out of prison. And he's soft as a pussycat, bro. He's soft as Charmin. So it's really crazy when it comes to judging people, by the cover of the book. Chud the Builder, this audio, This man, he sounds like he's broken. And he's only been in custody for not that long, bruh. He hasn't even been in custody. And I'm like, he's been in custody before. So I'm like, I guess what's the difference now? Bro, I don't know how they treating him there. I don't know what's going on with him. He sounds broken already, all right? He's copping pleas to Aiden Ross, talking about, listen, man, if you if you give me money, bruh, if you bail me out, I can't access any of my wallet. I can't access my GoFundMe because, you know, allegedly they're saying that he won't be able to use his GoFundMe money to bail out. Bruh, that's cold-blooded. Won't be able to use his bail money to bail out. But he's like, yo, man, Aiden, if you give me help, bro, I'll do anything, bro. I'll do fights for free, bro. You know, I'll do anything, anything.
Chud, you can get me out, help with the bond. I cannot access my funds until I get out of here because no one has access to any of my gifts and goes.
In their last moments, people show you who they really are.
All right. So that's pretty much where I'm gonna stop this at. let's get on with the lesson. Bear with me. Salakia. Salakia. I actually just before I was about to get on out of that one, I saw that the beloved brother Gabar War, all right, he did a lesson on this too. Okay. Let's listen to a couple minutes of the elder speak. All right, let's check this out.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I would also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. And I would like to say peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's beloved elect, to the hopeful elected in 1/3, and Adonai Ratazah. This lesson will be edifying and most importantly exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, and Tawada Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem El Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And Adonai Ratazah, I'm going to title it, he has a couple N-words left. Okay, and pretty much this was a thought that came to my mind earlier. Could have been still, riding off the spiritual buzz of the previous lesson I did. But my point is, it's just been heavy on my spirit to speak upon Edom. Okay, speak upon the judgment that's coming for Esau, Edom. And let's jump right into it, man. So you got to understand. Hey, this guy got a couple N-words left. He's got a couple left. He's got a couple laughs left. You know what I mean? You gotta truly look at it and see that this temporal nation has reached its end. And the scriptures say what? Esau is the end. Okay, and are we not at the end? Esau is the end of an age, man. We are at the end of an age. We're here. And you could truly see that Esau, Edom, he's just done. He's through. He's depleted. Everything that he's done don't work no more. This is Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesize against it. So that's the Holy Spirit, inspiring us. Okay, when we're doing lessons on Edom, the destruction upon the virgin daughter Babylon, the great Babylon, who Esau, Edom rules over. Okay, as well as Esau is ruling within the beast, NATO. Okay, so that's the spirit that the Lord is sending down upon us to, rebuke the wicked. Because I'm thinking about it says the spirit of my mouth in 2 Thessalonians. Okay, now far off in the distance, there's an alarm. Don't the scriptures say sound an alarm? In the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, specifically for the Lord's people, to understand the time we're in, what's going on, and the level of judgment and who's it going to be upon. Because yes, we warn our people about Jacob's trouble, but Jacob's trouble is going to culminate into Esau's trouble because we're also in the time period of the curses upon the heathen, approaching the heathen,
Right. And when you look at you know, you look at what's going down with, you know, all this stuff that's pretty much flip flopping on Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? That their kingdom is falling apart. Their, you know, their heroes are no longer being seen as heroes. You know what I'm saying? The ones that they trusted in, they're finding out that they're being betrayed left and right by Trump, by the right, by the MAGA movement, so on and so forth. Everything is just falling apart for these jokers, man. All right, their women don't want them no more. You know what I'm saying? They're literally losing to their twin brother Jacob. You see what I'm saying? This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7 that's playing out before us, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, so a little bit more from the elder, and then we'll kick it off.
I will put all these curses upon them that hate thee. So it says, so we're prophesizing that unto you. And it says, through Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash, of course. And it says, verse 3, and say unto it. So this is what we got to say. Okay, so this cuts that sellout doctrine that you see Hakah and Hassad doing. This cuts it. Because how can you have prophecies specifically against these heathen nations and then now say that they can still be saved? No. There's prophecies of judgment and captivity and curses that have to go upon them. That doesn't even make sense. That's another cut. Here it is. The curses are getting ready to fully pounce upon the heathen, and you're immediately saying that they're going to be saved from that? But we drank from that cup. So what? Yeah, anyways.
And that's the spirit. All right, that's the spirit. Is pretty much, all right, segueing into the lesson here. All right, so without further ado, let's move on with the lesson. Bear with me. All right. I thought this image was most appropriate, so let's dive into it. All right, let's dive into it, man. Okay. Because you gotta, first and foremost, you gotta get out your emotions with this and look at this thing prophetically, of course. All right, because we know that they are not in trouble as other men. He's making calls to certain people. You know what I'm saying? If you continue on with the amazing Lucas's video, all right, he's asking for someone who's got deep pockets to bail him out. You see what I'm saying? All right. So this is an Edomite who is able to make a call like that. Okay? Scriptures tell you that they are not in trouble like other men. You see what I'm saying? These jokers are in the spirit of Cain. All right? And just as Tubal Cain had made that song, all right, and as he was singing to his wives, saying that if my father Cain, all right, was exempted, you know what I'm saying, all right, then I'll be exempted 7 times over. You know what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrasing. All right. So they're not in trouble as other men, man. All right. But like I said, you can't be in your emotions with this because this joker may very well get bailed out. You know what I'm saying? He may get bailed out, man, because this is at the end of the day, this is agent activity that we're seeing here. You see what I'm saying? And these Edomites, all right, and the ones in power specifically, they'll never let a good crisis go to waste. You see what I'm saying? So they can bail this guy out, all right, for the sole purpose of getting you Jakes riled up, because that's what they want. They want you Jakes to get get worked up, man, get emotional, getting your feelings and act aggressively. You see what I'm saying? They want this. All right. So don't be surprised if he actually gets bailed out and he walks free. Okay. All right, because if you look at his own social media post, he said, all right, that his job, he wants to go and get and get one of these chimps deleted out here, as he says, and then go to jail and then walk free. just so you can get upset. All right. What that sounds like to me is a mission that he's given. Okay, that sounds like a mission. That sounds like an objective that he was given. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to the book of Nahum. All right, because while hey man, and you got Jake, you got Jake in these prisons, man. All right, you got these Israelites in the prison cells. They got social media. They can see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? They know Chud the builder. All right. imagine their joy when they saw him end up in their precinct. You see what I'm saying? Or precinct in their penitentiary. All right. Imagine their gleefulness. Okay. And you got Big Bubba. He's like, yo, pick up the soap. This is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3. It reads, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. All right. And will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. You see what I'm saying? So he has his ways, man. All right. It's nothing for the Lord to preserve the wicked for the day of destruction, man, for the day of evil. And just as the elder Gabar Awar had said, you know what I'm saying, that he said that, you know, Jacob's trouble is going to affect Edom as well. You see what I'm saying? Like we say all the time, Jacob's trouble is everyone's trouble. Jacob is the target. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, you are the target. Everyone else will be the collateral damage. You see what I'm saying? Everyone else is collateral. You are the target. Okay? So, let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 2. All right, Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 9. It reads, and the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore forgive him not. Therefore forgive him not. Okay? So, you know, you got Jake out here, you know, they'll be quick to forgive. All right, they'll forgive you for doing whatever, man. All right, you can a so-called white person can do whatever the fuck he does or she does. You know what I'm saying? If you can recall a couple years back, I think it was this one Edomite woman, okay? She went into this one Jake's house, his apartment, okay, thinking that it was hers. That's what she says. Anyway, she thought that it was hers and he was trespassing. And then she pulls out the gun and then she, you know, pop, and he's unalived. All right. In the courtroom, all she had to do was let the waterworks run. You see what I'm saying? All she had to do was start crying. And then here comes the victim's brother. Here comes the victim's mother. And then here comes, all right, the nigger woman who's in the judge seat. And they all come and they give her a hug. You see what I'm saying? They all give this woman a hug, man. All right. Thank the Lord that he is not like y'all. Thank the Lord he is not like y'all, man. Again, Nahum 1 and 3, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. You niggas will acquit. All right? You niggas will acquit the wicked. You see? Thankfully, all right, according to Isaiah chapter 55, his ways are not our ways. You see what I'm saying? He will not acquit these devils like you would. All right? Like that was one of the most embarrassing moments. Okay? And it definitely, all right, it definitely shined a light on how docile you Jakes are, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the prophet, I believe it was the prophet Jeremiah who said, who asked the question, is Israel a servant? Is he a home-born slave? Why is he spoiled? Let me look that up real quick. All right. Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 14. It reads, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Okay? And this is the problem, man. You Jakes will you will always forgive and forgive and forgive. All right? But there's a time and a place for all these things, man. There's a time to embrace and there's a time to refrain from embracing. All right? At a certain point, y'all need to stop all this marching and all this garbage. You know what I'm saying? Talking about we shall, it's been 60, 70 years, man. And y'all niggas still talking about we shall overcome, marching in the streets and shit like that, man. All right? Thank the Lord for the elect. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord power, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You see what I'm saying? The roles are going to be reversed, and we're already seeing the beginning stage of this this changing of the guard, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And these Edomites can feel it. This is why they're behaving so abrasively. This is why they're behaving outwardly the way that they are. All right, because they know that Jacob is caught up, okay, and is about to overtake them. You see what I'm saying? This is why they're attacking the 14th Amendment. This is why they're about to implement, all right, Rex 84, all right, King Alfred plan. You see what I'm saying? This is why they're about to roll up with their artificial intelligence and their super soldiers coming for you Jakes, all right? This is why. Let's go to Lamentations. All right, Lamentations chapter 4. And let's go to verse 21. It reads, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. You see what I'm saying? That cup, all right, that is talking about is the cup of affliction, is the cup of slavery, the cup of captivity, the cup of being cursed. All right, again, Deuteronomy 30 and 7. You see what I'm saying? All of these curses are beginning to fall upon Edom. All right? The same way we was broke down and busted, you know what I'm saying? All right? The same way we didn't have no money or anything like that. Okay? And we were broke. Now Edom is broke. The same way we were strung out on drugs, now Edom is strung out on drugs. The same way our women have betrayed us practically. You see what I'm saying? Now the same thing is happening to Edom. Their women are turning against them. All right? All these things are happening. The curses are now starting to fall upon them. You see what I'm saying? So rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. You see what I'm saying? The same way these curses are beginning to jump on these Edomites, these curses are beginning to lift off of Israelites. You see what I'm saying? I'm starting to see more and more. All right, these so-called black women, they're starting to embrace their hair again. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that in many years. All right. So that's one. You know, I mean, we got better jobs than Edomites. You know what I'm saying? That's a complete change around. All right. But these are again the signs that we were supposed to be looking at. All right. And like I said, the Lord is not going to acquit the wicked. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not going to he's not going to pardon their wickedness, man. All right. Like Biden would pardon Dr. Feces. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. It reads, seeing it is a righteous thing with our power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. It's a righteous thing to the Most High to recompense tribulation to those that have troubled his elect, his children, period. All right? His children, period. All you Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Even the 2/3. They're going to pay for all of it. All right? They're going to pay for all of it. Every drop of blood that was shed. You see what I'm saying? From the so-called Negroes, to so-called Latinos, Hispanics, Native Indians, Seminole Indians. You see what I'm saying? West Indians. Get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I wanted to jump into, man. All right. But again, don't be surprised if this man actually does walk away scot-free. You know what I'm saying? As I mentioned earlier, they're not in trouble as other men. Let me see if I can get that real quick. All right. Psalms chapter 73. Okay, Psalm 73, start at verse 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt, and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. You see what I'm saying? And that's these Edomites to the letter. Okay? They're not in trouble the way we are as Jacob. Okay? Edom is not in the same position. All right? But as the parable with Lazarus and a rich man, these roles are going to reverse. All right? And it's going to be completely switched. And the ones that are at the bottom are going to be at the top, and the ones that's at the top are going to be at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Now pick up the soap. I pray this lesson was edifying, man. Call hello, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Wachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.